The morning rush at Sunnyside Diner was brutal. Plates clattered, coffee steamed, and conversations overlapped in a messy hum. Emily Carter, a young waitress with tired eyes but a determined heart, was trying to balance it all. Today was supposed to be different. Today, she had an interview, her one shot at landing a stable job in marketing, the field she had studied for but never managed to break into. The interview was scheduled for 10:30 a.m., across town. If she left by 10 o'clock sharp, she could just make it. But life, as Emily knew all too well, rarely followed plans. She checked her watch nervously as she dropped off a plate of pancakes. 9:42 a.m. Her stomach churned. She couldn't afford to lose this chance. Not after months of rejection emails and bills piling up on her nightstand. Emily hurried to the back, untied her apron, and told her manager she needed to leave. Just as she was about to step outside, a commotion erupted near the corner booth. A man in his late 50s slumped over, his coffee spilling across the table. His face turned pale, his breath shallow. Panic rippled through the diner. "Call 911. Someone shouted. Emily froze for a split second, torn between the door and the man gasping for air. Her interview. Her future. Then she moved. She rushed to the stranger's side, steadying him, her voice calm but firm. "Sir, stay with me, please. Help is on the way." She checked his pulse, remembering the CPR training she had taken years ago at community college. His pulse was faint. She tilted his head back, began chest compressions, counting steadily, her hands pressing into his chest as diners watched in stunned silence. Minutes stretched endlessly until paramedics burst through the door. Emily's hands trembled as they took over, attaching wires and oxygen. The man's chest rose and fell again. He was breathing. Alive. The paramedics wheeled him out. Emily sat back against the booth, chest heaving, apron stained with coffee and sweat. She glanced at her watch. 10:28 a.m. Her interview was gone. Emily walked outside, the autumn air biting against her flushed cheeks. She wanted to cry, but she swallowed it down. She had made her choice. 2 days later, Emily returned to the diner for her regular shift. The buzz of gossip filled the air. Customers whispered, eyes flicking toward the door. A tall man in a tailored navy suit walked in, his presence commanding attention. He looked around until his eyes landed on Emily. "You," he said, a smile tugging at his lips. "You're the young woman who saved me." Emily blinked. You're the man from the booth." He chuckled softly. "That's one way to put it. My name is Richard Hale." The diner fell silent. Heads turned. Richard Hale, the billionaire CEO of Hale Enterprises, one of the largest companies in the country. His face was often on business magazines and news channels. Emily's breath caught. "I owe you my life," Richard continued, "and from what I've learned, you missed a very important interview that day." Her heart sank. "It's okay. I did what anyone would have done." "No," he said firmly. "You did what very few would have done. Most people would have walked out. But you didn't. You stayed." He reached into his jacket pocket and handed her a card. "Come by my office tomorrow morning. No interview required. Consider it a second chance." Emily stared at the card, her hands trembling. For the first time in months, hope flooded her chest. Richard smiled warmly. "The world needs people like you. and my company could use someone who knows the value of people over schedules. The diner erupted in murmurs. Emily stood frozen, tears brimming in her eyes, unable to find the words. That night, lying in her tiny apartment, Emily replayed the moment over and over. She hadn't saved Richard Hale for recognition or opportunity. She had saved him because it was the right thing to do. But sometimes, kindness has a way of finding its way back. And Emily's life was about to change forever.